Welcome to the OT, presented by Ford.
Well, you heard the man. Welcome outside here to Los Angeles. Yes, this is fake but real man-made snow as we welcome you this Christmas Eve edition of the OT presented by Ford. Jimmy, this game lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was a great ball game. Congratulations to the Dolphins. They hung in there. As far as the Cowboys are still in the playoffs. Yep. They're going to probably have to go on the road and win on the road and show that they can win on the road. But the Dolphins, like I said, they won there at the end. Great job, by both teams.
We're going to talk much more about that game as we continue here on the OT presented by Ford. But first, other highlights, TB.
All right, let's get it going. Justin Fields warming up, getting ready to play the Arizona Cardinals. Back, rolling, look left, sprint, rushed out. Mercedes Lewis, where are you? Back in the end zone, wide open touchdown. Chicago 27, Arizona Cardinals 16. Congratulations goes to the Bears. Jaguars at the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield coming off that huge game against Green Bay. Well, he'll have another one. Mayfield looking for Mike Evans. Big day for Mike Evans. 2 touchdown passes. This is a 22-yarder. Later, Trevor Lawrence, a great quarterback for Jacksonville, left with an injured shoulder. All Buccaneers 30-12 over Jacksonville. Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions win, and you are in. Goff completes the Amon-Ra St. Brown back in the end zone. It's just a corner route or a back-end crossing route. Good. It is now 23-21 Detroit, and then
this ended the game here, really.
Right,
if you look at the Nick Mullins interception, if Fatu Melifonwu picks it off.
Bless you so much.
That finishes at 30-24. Lions win the division for the first time since 1993.
Trust me, did you? I could have done it. Howie and I rehearsed it. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco here in the Browns. 3 touchdown passes on the day, 2 interceptions. What a great job by Amari Cooper, wide open. 265 yards receiving on the day by Amari Cooper. Nice job. Most single game receiving yards in Browns franchise history. Cleveland 36, Houston 22.
Big day for Amari Cooper and other scores around the National Football League. As we take a look right here, the Indianapolis Colts fall in Atlanta. Atlanta stays alive in the playoff race. Packers get the win. Seattle knocks off Tennessee. The Jets hang on to beat the Washington Commanders 30-22, the final in that one. All right, time now for today's FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Day. Through the air, no question. The Browns' Amari Cooper for his team record, 265 receiving yards. As you said, most by in franchise history, the most by any player this season. He also had 2 touchdown catches. On the ground, Detroit rookie Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 2 scores, helping the Lions beat the Vikings and wrap up Detroit's NFC North crown. That's your FedEx Air and Ground Players of the Day. All right, here is the up to the second playoff picture in the National Football League right now. After all the games have been almost done here on this Sunday, and we look at the big board, and it will show. Survey says...
Magically.
Yeah, there it is in the AFC. Things pretty much stayed the same because everybody in the AFC South lost today, so nothing changed there despite the fact the Jaguars had lost 4 in a row. Now in the NFC, the Lions clinched the NFC North. The Buccaneers gained a little bit more ground there in the NFC South, even though the other teams won. And the Cowboys, they have clinched a wild card spot at least, no matter what happens here. How, and you take a look, though, this is back-to-back losses on the road for Dallas. And when they face teams over 500 or 500 or better when they face them, they're just 1-4 in the season. Obviously, you're going to face above 500 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're going to look back at, maybe missed opportunities, a lot of protection breakdowns, backup left tackle in, that first drive when they're down on the goal line. They opt to give the ball to the fullback, which, we can debate all day, but it ended up being the wrong. And that's, I think, a bad call on Micah Parsons. That ends up leading to a score. Again, I think both defenses played well. I thought both defenses made adjustments. Miami played zone. Jalen Ramsey stayed where he was going to be. Dallas played zones wisely.
Right.
Because it gave up. It really prevented Miami from getting the big explosive plays. A lot of people thought this was going to be a big scoring game.
But it
turned out not to be.
It was a great game. Both defenses played really well. But, for Dallas, the penalties. Like you're the most penalized team in the league, and I think that's the way that they get over the hump, because we both said they have one of these teams have to have a defining moment. Is it Miami or is it going to be Dallas? It looked like Dallas had it when Dak let them down for the go-ahead score, but then Miami came right down there. D stepped up. Here's the Miami D here. Chubb had a big game today. Pressure. And just the pressure they were able to get on him was a little surprising. After that initial drive, the secondary seemed to settle down, made Dak hold the ball a lot longer than he wanted to, which led to some of those uncomfortable situations for him.
Yeah, Tyler Smith being out at left tackle, I think, really hurt him. You know, they did play man coverage down on the goal line, but down the goal line, you pretty well have to play man coverage. Yeah. They got out of zone, you know, and they had on a one-pick play, but it ends up, you know, like I said, Dallas has got to go on the road. They've got to play better on the road.
Yeah, but how about giving Miami some credit? Miami gets their 11th win of the season.
Great.
They beat a team, and you talked about it in the pregame show, with their last 2 games against Baltimore and the Buffalo Bills. This was a big one for their hopes to win the AFC East and maybe still be the #1 seed in the entire AFC. And when we come back, we will hear, speaking of #1, the guy who wears jersey #1, the winning quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, with Aaron Andrews. That's as we continue. Plus, we'll also get inside some of the winning locker rooms around the National Football League. And as you might imagine, the party is just getting started down in Miami. That's when we continue on the OT, presented by Ford. Hey, Rugby League is taking over, and our guys found out exactly why it's Australia's biggest, baddest, hardest-hitting export. For the first time ever, Australia's most entertaining sport is coming to the entertainment capital of the world. You can catch the season-opening doubleheader March 2nd at Allegiant Stadium. Visit NRL.com/Vegas to get a front-row seat to all the action. Rugby comes your way in March. Tomorrow we've got American football, the Giants, and the Eagles. It's a Christmas Day special here on Fox. Our coverage begins at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 Pacific. It should be a good contest. And right now, you take a look at this, Jimmy, the door is open for the Eagles.
Yeah, we all know how much talent Philadelphia has. You know, they have struggled some games here recently, but they're an extremely talented team. I think Jalen Hurts has been playing injured here for the last few weeks. You look at it right now, I think the defense, if it can pick up the pass rush, the defensive secondary with the change with the defensive coordinator, with Patricia now being the coordinator, if they could shore that up, hey, they can make a run.
Oh, the Giants have a 10-game losing streak on the road against Philadelphia, so it doesn't bode well for them. But one thing they have done well with Tommy DeVito, they protected the ball really well, but they haven't protected him so well. He's been sacked 27 times. So, you know, in order for the Giants to do well in this game, they're going to protect the quarterback, protect the ball, and then they're going to have to find a way to make sure that that Phillies offense doesn't get the traction that they had it early in the season.
That's tomorrow. They've got a lot to live up to if they want to match today's game. The Miami Dolphins won at 22-20. It was a thriller to the finish. Last-second field goal proved to be the game winner, but the winning quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, spoke just after the game finished with our Aaron Andrews.
Well, Tua, we were just laughing off camera saying, well, we can breathe now, and you said, yeah, now I can. I got to get your reaction first. What in the heck were you thinking as Dallas was driving there on that 17-play scoring drive?
I think on that, the scenarios were going through my head. If they didn't score, if they did score, if they kicked the field goal, what that was going to look like. So all the scenarios were going in my head, and so we had to drive the ball down and make use of that clock and try to get it down to where we can give ourselves an opportunity to win the game.
I can't even imagine the scenarios going on in your head. So tell me, you get back on the field, the key for you in that drive, and you were on fire, pointing to guys, having a time. What was the key?
I think the key was the guys just having competitive greatness. All over. The defense did a great job. The offense did a great job. This is a great team win. This is a great team win. Love you, brother. This is a great team win. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, nothing would be possible.
I know you don't care about the narratives coming into this. Your coach said don't worry about it, but a lot of talk. Can they beat a playoff team? You did. What does that say?
Well, I think if we were to listen to any of the narratives, I don't think we'd be in the position that we're in. So I'm very proud of this team, very proud of the guys in that locker room, continuing to fight for one another, continuing to press forward, and, managing the outside noise. But, this is a game we'll enjoy. Merry Christmas, and we'll move on to the next game.
What a great Christmas gift, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can listen to the interview about Aaron and Tua, and you automatically just get an understanding of what he's all about. He's a high character guy.
Yes.
Played at Alabama, understands pressure, came in a championship game through the touchdown pass that won the championship for Nick Saban. He's just a good man. He's a smart guy. We all talk about how he loves to get in rhythm, plant the left foot, and let the ball fly. Great on the deep end balls. Just a marvelous quarterback. Next year, he'll get his money after next year. But this guy is the perfect guy to run this offense for Miami.
Terry, last year I did an interview with Mike McDaniel, and I mentioned Tua, and he went on and on and on how much he loves this guy. He said his anticipation, the touch he has on the ball, the decision making. He just raved about him, and I think that's the best thing. The quarterback and the head coach got to be on the same page, and those two have tremendous respect for one another, and then that's why they're successful.
And I think, you talk about the X's and O's, you talk about the touch, all that, and it's all great, and it's all true what you said about Tua. When Mike McDaniel got there, Tua was a wreck.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about football. I'm talking about the previous regime had torn him down. Yeah. And I think he needed to be kind of rehabilitated.
And Mike McDaniel did that.
And he's done that. And he restored the confidence he has and surrounded him with great pieces. They brought 3-4 guys from San Francisco. It's a great offense.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but physically. I mean, this is a guy a year or so where a lot of people were saying he should retire. This guy's done. He can't take a hit. But he actually went out and rebuilt his body. He learned how to fall. I mean, and it may sound, a little funny to somebody who hasn't played, but there is an art to taking a hit. There's an art to even hitting someone and knowing how to not hurt yourself and how not to get hurt. So to see him do that and come back and have the year he's having is impressive. And you talked about Wilson, Mostert, and Achane. At the running back position, it's like a three-headed monster. Add those guys who are all fast to the speed that you have at the receiver position. And this offense is scary to anyone. As we saw there, you put the ball in Tyreek Hill's hands, and Greg Olsen and those guys did a great job of saying, all right, it's man-to-man coverage. Get into Hill. It's very hard to tackle him on a 3rd and 2. You're not going to do it. This offense is built for explosive plays, but as we see, they were able to just move it down, control the clock, and get them in field goal position.
He did everything he had to do to make himself a better quarterback and to protect himself. As you can tell from the interview and watching him play, he's a bigger man.
Yeah.
And then he learned to keep his elbows off the ground. You've got to keep those elbows off because that's how you tear the shoulders.
He gets rid of the football in a hurry, as quick as anybody in the league.
Can I give somebody credit who never gets credit? The kicker for Miami,
Jason Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
5 field goals today, 3 over 50.
In this game, in that situation, to kick 3 field goals over 50 yards is really, really impressive.
And kick the game winner when you are in a situation. You're down by 1. We say, that's an easy field goal. We've seen around the National Football League, there's no such thing as
nothing easy about that field goal.
In that situation in particular. One thing you guys talked about, Tua, I think it shows you that patience can pay off. They were patient with Tua, brought the right head coach in the right situation. And I think we're kind of seeing the same thing if you look at the Green Bay Packers. At the beginning of the year, it looked like Jordan Love maybe not be the guy. The last half of the season, he's played really well, led them to another win today. They won on the last-second field goal, and he leads off our sounds of the game.
Jordan Love, congratulations on the win. What does it say about this young group, beset with injuries, that you were able to find a way and keep your playoff hopes alive today?
Yeah, we're resilient, We knew it was going to be a four-quarter battle, and, we found a way to win it at the end, and, it just speaks to how we stayed together and continue to fight every play.
Nothing says the holidays like the hometown kid getting the win in front of the hometown crowd. What has it meant to you to seize another opportunity?
Yeah, again, it's special. It's been my dream playing the NFL since I was a kid. So every time you get your opportunity, it's special and you cherish it. So this is a big one for us. We got 2 more coming up that we need to win, so we'll get back at it tomorrow.
Absolutely. You got to take what you can from this one, learn from it. I think there's a lot of good learning out there, I think as a game, I don't know if we approached it with the right urgency. I think we got to look at ourselves, tighten up, and figure out what we're going to do with this opportunity we got in front of us. But there's nobody I'd rather do it with, and I'm excited for the guys we got.
As a defensive player and as a guy from Michigan, I don't think it could get any better for you here today. You guys applied the pressure. You got the turnovers. You closed out this game. What is this moment like for you delivering this NFC North champion to these fans?
It feels very comparable to when we won it in Michigan for the first time in years, and it's there's nothing like this feeling, and it's something Detroit fans have been they've been dying for this for so many years, and we finally delivered it to them. And this is just the start, though. This year is the start of what we're going to create here in Detroit, the kind of culture we're creating, and just the kind of men that we have. This is the standard now.
And Hutchinson would know he played high school, college, and pro ball all within 45 minutes of the Detroit metro area. Speaking of the Lions, when we come back, we'll get inside their locker room as they make a little team history, doing something no one in a Lions uniform had done in 3 decades. We had a great start to the Christmas Eve day here on the pregame show, but why don't we wrap it up here with some excitement inside the winning locker rooms around the NFL.
Excellent job. Again, I say this when you got a little bit of break, because you guys got a break, right? You got a victory Monday. See you Wednesday.
Good day, baby. Merry Christmas. Love y'all boys. Here we go. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family.
Far from a perfect game, but the bottom line is this. You either win, and we found a way to win, so give it up for yourself. We found a way. It don't matter. It don't matter. It all goes and counts the same. The thing that we got to do is learn from it. Learn from the things that we need to get corrected, all right? Because understand what we still have in front of us, right? What do we got? Everything.
Yeah, we hit him. Man. Hey, low-key, he should be up for DPO Live, but he's definitely on pro. He is him. He is him. He is him. Man, you never forget your first one. And there's a lot of you in here, right? We knew this wasn't going to be easy. You guys came in and earned it, and you've earned it all year. You can't listen to what anybody says outside the building, because now they're all going to jump on board. Whenever you do something like what we just did, it's special. It don't matter, man. And it don't matter how many you win in a row. They're special. But I can tell you this, when you're part of the organization, and it's been 30 years, 30! Yeah! Championship, it's special, man.
Hey, guys, I was actually just texting with Dan Campbell on the team playing back. He's still doing that. He said, I am exhausted right now, but we have such a special group of guys. I'm so excited about this. This absolutely means the world to me. So, Detroit, congratulations, right? And the team they played today, Minnesota Vikings, they're still in the bubble. A couple injuries there, though. T.J. Hockenson injured his knee. Jordan Addison, ankle. Both are scheduled for MRIs tomorrow, but both don't look good. Could miss some extended time there. Talking about injuries also, Trevor Lawrence, he left today's game with a shoulder injury, 3rd injury in the last 4 weeks. He has to get an MRI tomorrow also. And the New York Jets today, Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas, despite this bumpy season, got a vote of confidence from their owner, Woody Johnson. They'll both be back next year.
All right, guys, let's wrap up the day by talking about who won the day. Let's start with you, TB.
I'm going to go with head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski. 4 different quarterbacks. He had to go ahead and coach, and 4 different quarterbacks won football games for him, Joe Flacco being the best of that bunch.
I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions fans. The last time they won the division was over 30 years ago. Fox Sports didn't exist at that time, so congratulations to them.
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay Buccaneer Baker Mayfield, he started out the season strong, had a little bit lull in the middle of the season, and the last month he has been on fire.
He felt dangerous.
He found himself a home there in Tampa.
And I got to say, it is so hard to win in this league. But you know what's harder than winning in this league? Losing in this league. And we have someone here who won today for me because they have lost 10 straight games in our picks, the longest active losing streaks. Come on, Jimmy, you better than this. You are a champion. Believe in yourself. Believe.
I've been trying to pick upsets.
10 in a row. That's a record. I don't know how you did it, but keep it up.
In other words, whatever Jimmy picks in the pregame show, go the opposite way. Well, that'll do it. It's been a fun Christmas Eve for us. We thank you so much for sharing yours with us. Hopefully, we'll get a chance to see you again tomorrow on Christmas Day, where we've got more football for you right here on Fox. It's the Giants at the Eagles. Our coverage starts at 4 o'clock Eastern time. In the meantime, go open up some presents, have some eggnogs, and enjoy your Christmas Eve.
Have a good night.
Merry Christmas.